The coffee made with heart.
I've had coffee all around the world and different parts of the world, but this is actually one of the best coffees I've had. So we've got Mekong Delta to Central, and then I'm guessing this is where you're from originally, the north.
North, yes, in Hanoi. Look at the flower, is that
It's
nice?
beautiful, look at that. Amazing. So creativity is about bringing new ideas to the mind. Innovation is about bringing new ideas to the world. Creativity is really the engine of innovation.
Creativity and innovation are everywhere in Vietnam, is the dynamic innovation and startup ecosystem, ranked among the best in the region. We have groundbreaking tech companies and unicorns making hits worldwide. Vietnam has become a destination for the world's leading technology corporations. On every corner, talented individuals with just a computer have the potential to shine in the era of the global knowledge economy.
My mom called me, maybe you should down and find a rich husband.
Oh, no.
And then I told her, this company is how I become my own rich husband.
Exactly. Vietnam has been based upon the stories that other people have told about it, maybe in the West or America, for example, and now you're telling your own stories, you're creating your own painting, your own future.
Explore Vietnam, explore Saigon, where heritage meets innovation, and the future is being crafted today.
Because here's the truth, creativity is collaborative. Creativity is a team sport. Creativity
Joining
is
us is
actually a
James Taylor,
collective
a renowned
endeavor.
motivational keynote speaker and expert in creativity and innovation. At the Makeover 2024 hosted by TalentNet, he will share his insights on the topic of super collaboration.
I'm introducing to you something very special about Saigon. We have a beautiful small alley that we call in Vietnamese hẻm. It's very peaceful.
It's
And
busy city, something goes quiet.
yes, if you go to Vietnam, you need to enjoy good coffee. So La Việt is one of the special coffee brands.
So, La Việt, what does it mean? What does it
I
translate
love this
to?
brand. La Việt means to be Vietnamese.
To be Vietnamese. Okay.
You've been to Vietnam for 3 days. What does that mean to you?
My initial observations is there's an energy about the place.
Moving?
It's
Things
moving, everyone's going somewhere. No one's really sitting still. I think that's the first one. And it feels like you're on the edge of the old and the new. These two things coexisting together. as well.
Coexisting, collaborating.
Exactly.
So
Let's have
let's
some
get-
coffee then.
Yes, thank you. Let's enjoy your coffee with them.
What would you suggest? What for a vegan? Someone that would be good.
They have a coconut milk coffee.
So how do you say that in Vietnamese?
Cà phê sữa dừa. Dừa means coconut.
Okay. Sure. Sounds good.
I can ask you like what kind of coffee you want.
Well, I love plant milks. So oat milks, almond milks. But I'm intrigued. What is this here?
This one is green drip. This is our coffee signature.
Ah.
Yeah.
So, what way would you like?
Well, let's go for the traditional way. If you go
Traditional.
for a plant milk, an almond. Would you suggest like an almond milk? Would that be good? Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
I started.
Show
Yes.
me. Yeah. Coffee started being popular here in Vietnam.
It has been popular forever.
Really?
So Vietnamese people love to enjoy coffee.
Yeah.
I think it's very much the same with many countries where we see people sit together, have a good coffee together and talk about whatever they want and share ideas and collaborate.
But it was never a tea was never as big here. It was more always coffee. Really was the main drink.
Coffee, I would say, yeah, it's very main kind of drink. Even now when people ask each other to go out, they say, let's go for coffee. But in the coffee shop, you can enjoy so many different types of drink. Or they say, let's go out for coffee, it means let's go out.
Now in London, where I live, in the 200 years, 300 years ago, they called them penny universities, and it was the
Penny.
coffie shops.
That's a very
because
nice idea.
You could go and have a coffee, but also you'd be listening to the conversations around you. You would purely relax. You would go. It's like a university.
That's what we call society university.
Exactly. It was interesting because the coffee shop first came in Saudi Arabia, well, now Saudi Arabia, Mecca and Medina, in the 1500s. And then that moved, it first went to Turkey, Istanbul, and then it moved to Austria. And in the 1800s, for a price of a cup of coffee, you could be sitting next to Freud or Wittgenstein, all these famous people, Stalin. That's where they would get together and they would debate ideas about politics and art and all different things. And then that moved to UK and places like the UK where we started having this idea of the coffee shops, and then that moved again to America. Obviously, they really embraced the idea of the coffee shop and the Starbucks and places of this world. So it's lovely seeing kind of this. This is obviously something very deeply rooted in Vietnamese culture.
I think they are this one I would say not so Vietnamese, not so traditional.
It's like scientific. You're a scientist.
Yeah.
Coffee
What is a
scientist.
scale for?
Dạ, em sẽ dùng cái cân để đo cái tỷ lệ nước với lại cà phê.
So measure the ratio between water, hot water and coffee.
Okay.
So make sure that it's the right amount
Yeah.
of water and coffee. That's very interesting.
Cái phim Là Việt thì nó sẽ có cái kiểu là thiết kế cho cái chuyện vừa truyền thống mà vừa cái full drip. Thì cái này á, ở trên thì nó sẽ cái thiết kế là rổ giống như vậy. Thì nước nó sẽ tản đều cho cái cà phê nó chảy đều.
What is the ratio? How many grams of coffee to water?
It's 1 and 10.
1 in 10.
1
in 10.
3 gram coffee
Yep.
and 200
Okay,
hot water.
got it.
So normally in Vietnamese traditional filter, we don't put this on the top.
Yeah.
Do you have a traditional filter here? Can you just show him how you put that into this filter for traditional? Put it in.
Yeah, normal.
Yeah.
So when you make a cup of coffee, what do you think of the most? What do you think?
I want to share good coffee for everyone because I love coffee. Then I want to share a good coffee to everyone.
Where in Vietnam do you think the best coffee comes from? Which area?
Highland.
And actually, I just bought a very expensive coffee machine the other day, a brand new coffee machine, where it's called a La Marzocco. It's a type of Italian coffee. And I spent maybe 6 months researching the right kind of coffee machine for what I want.
You need special coffee bean for that machine. What type of coffee bean?
Usually, obviously here in Vietnam, I think mostly for Robusta bean, and then you have Arabica. And I like the blend and getting that kind of right blend, like the Italian style, which is having maybe a certain percentages Arabica, percentages is Robusta. But it depends. It's sometimes. Earlier in the day, I might like one type of bean because it's a lighter.
It depends on the mood.
Exactly. Interestingly, there's a lot of research that's been coming out recently about the impact of coffee on your creativity.
Do you believe in those research?
I do. I think there's a woman called Martha Farrar, who's a neuroscience professor at the University of Pennsylvania. And what she found is that high levels of caffeine, coffee, will reduce the number of ideas that you generate. So that's not to say that coffee isn't good for creativity, because if we think about what we call the creative process, it goes through these 5 steps or stages. And coffee is fine for this first stage, which is all about just absorbing information, reading the books, listening, doing your research. And it's also fine at the last stage, because that's about just getting on and doing the work. And we need coffee just to get on. Yeah, but for that work, which is a little bit more unfocused, where we kind of want to just like think and daydream a little bit, caffeine is actually not so good, because we want to actually try and dial down the caffeine or have slightly less caffeinated drinks at that point. So that's my take. So you can use caffeine at different points.
So that's a point of our life where we may have a different tool, but we need to choose the right tool.
Exactly.
So you said 5 steps in the process.
Yes.
What's the other 3?
So the first stage is what we call the preparation stage. You're absorbing. Second stage is what we call the incubation stage. This is where we just kind of forget about things for a while. You just go away and go and do something else. Just forget about it. Your brain will continue to work and kind of sort and sift all this information. And the third stage is the insight stage, or the aha moment. You get the idea, the light bulb comes. It's the shortest part of the creative process. And then the fourth stage is the evaluation. So you have all these ideas, but you have to discuss. Maybe you should come at coffee shops and different places, meet with people and say, I have these ideas, which ones do you think are the ones we should pursue? And then the final stage is the elaboration stage. And this is where you get on, do the work, the 99% perspiration as opposed to the 1% inspirations. But you need all of it. It all works together.
So yesterday you mentioned a very interesting idea that creativity and innovation.
Yeah.
It sounds like the same, but it's not the same.
No, they're sort of like different sides of the same coin, really. So creativity is about bringing new ideas to the mind. Innovation is about bringing new ideas to the world. But without creativity, there is no innovation. So creativity is really the engine of innovation. And then we say, like, where does the creativity come from? And I would argue it's really about curiosity. It's about being curious about the world, asking questions. So curiosity is like the jet fuel that you need for creativity. Because without curiosity, creativity doesn't happen. And then without creativity, innovation doesn't happen.
I think curiosity and inspiration, motivation are some very important keywords that help our human being to become human being.
Yeah.
But at the moment when you see technology is evolving and we see AI, sometimes we let AI think for us, have ideas for us. Do you think that AI could be some kind of threat to our curiosity, motivation?
I think there's that danger because we just automatically assume it's going to do it for us without really thinking and asking questions and thinking a little bit deeper. I think the way I tend to think of AI as it is just now is like an MBA graduate, like really smart. They have all the theory, but they lack, the thing that a more experienced person would have of having that sense of touch, just sense of like, that doesn't look quite right. Or I wonder if we did this. And you as a journalist, like where do stories come from? They come from your curiosity. They come from like, I wonder how that started, and I wonder why that's happening that way. And I think then you can then start to apply AI and use these tools to really augment your curiosity. But I think there's a danger of us getting a little bit lazy sometimes if we just purely use these tools to do it. And part of the problem with it is AI is pretty much all trained on the same training data. So then I don't know if you've listened to a lot of music on like Spotify, but some of those things that are generated by the algorithms,
they understand me even better than maybe my husband.
They understand you better, but one of the problems with it is you miss sometimes hearing a brand new thing.
Yes.
Good coffee time.
Good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And the special coffee is oatmeal coffee.
Oh,
Green coffee for you.
thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
So please enjoy the coffee. This is your coffee with the oat milk,
Okay.
and it is a fresh coffee.
Okay.
So enjoy.
Thank you. Thank you. What do we say when you have coffee with someone? Is there a phrase you would say to someone?
No, not really. If we drink wine, we say Joe or
Joe.
cạn ly.
Okay.
But coffee,
It's not.
mời anh. So please.
Please. That's a good cup of coffee.
Yes.
Well done. Great. This is my first try at Vietnamese coffee. Proper Vietnamese coffee.
The coffee made by hat, made with hat.
That's a great cup of coffee. That is really good. It's quite light.
Yes.
It's not some coffees you have it's like quite
Strong,
heavy and
yeah.
strong. This is actually very light. I've had coffee all around the world and different parts of the world, but this is actually one of the best coffees I've had.
Well, what is the best coffee for you? For me, the best cup of coffee is the good chosen coffee bean made with hat
Yeah.
of the barista.
It's great. I mean, it's that sense of we've just been somewhere it's called flow.
Yes.
And I think when people are doing work they love, whether it's an entrepreneur or an executive or someone that's making coffee, it comes through in the product. You feel it. There's that sense of flow.
You feel content.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, we've all probably gone to coffee shops in the past where it feels like it was a machine. It might as well have been a machine making the coffee, but here is the story.
You are a famous international speaker.
Yeah.
You must have put a lot of heart and effort and even sweat into what you're doing.
I think there's something. I interviewed someone recently on my podcast show who wrote a book called Expert, and he's the world's leading expert on experts. And he said something really interesting happens when someone becomes an expert in their field. And he said the best way to explain it is that it moves from me to we. It moves from that sense of the ego, the individual, the I, to that kind of sense of service that you were talking about. And I think for me on stage, it's not about me. I'm just a messenger on stage. And if I feel like I truly connect with that audience, I feel like we're having an experience that feels special because it's not about me, it's about we.
I'm going to take you to a co-working space, a very special place where we see a lot of collaboration.
Fantastic. Lead on, take me in.
So this is Workflow, a co-working space in the heart of Saigon. You've been to many countries. Tell me what you think.
Yeah, I mean, this is beautiful. You've got all the component parts of great co-working spaces. You've got a really nice feel, nice space, and most important of all, you have Vietnamese coffee as well.
Xin chào ạ.
So here you see the desk that young people can sit together and work on their project. And then we have what they call workflow, workport. This one?
Yeah.
Yeah?
So it reminds me there's a concept in creativity called a third place. Is somewhere that's not your home, and it's also not a usual, your desk, like a boring desk space. It's a kind of middle place where we come together to collaborate and to create, for example. So I think one of the great things is when you come to spaces like this that have created these kind of third places. And there's a couple of things you always tend to find in good third places. One of them actually is this use of circles around the design. Right. If you go to Bloomberg, they have a new building, $1 billion building in London now. And it reminds me a little bit this use of circles in their design. There's something about circles. I think it's maybe, in the past we always kind of sat around fires, and there's something it kind of does to us.
Or maybe the earth is circle.
Maybe that's it. Could be.
Or maybe it's complete.
Sometimes these ideas, these third places, they call them circles of trust because they use circles within the design. And a lot of the most kind of innovative buildings that I'm seeing today, companies are use circles. When you think about the Apple's new headquarters in Silicon Valley, for example, some of the the Bloomberg building I just mentioned in London, lots and lots of companies are using this idea of circles because something different happens when we kind of work in a circle. It feels much more collaborative than the boring traditional. If you've ever been in those kind of boardrooms where it's like one big long rectangular table, and those spaces are really the people that do well in those kind of like more traditional spaces are those that speak the loudest, almost forcefully. Not necessarily those are the best ideas, but sometimes when you have these spaces of circles, these circles of trust, it kind of just makes a slightly more collaborative atmosphere.
Yeah, so it's very effective.
Yeah, exactly.
For the flow of ideas and collaboration.
Yeah.
So this is the area, I think it's a common area for people to sit.
Yeah.
And maybe have lunch, have a drink together. I love the concept that they have trees inside the house. Difficult to maintenance.
Do you know there's an interesting thing about trees and nature, and this is one of the other things you find about these kind of third spaces is how they use the color green. Right? There was a study done recently by the University of Berlin, and they found the best color to have around you if you want to generate ideas is the color green.
Is it?
Yes. Even though you're inside, you're also connected with nature, that color green. There's something about this color green that just kind of affects that part of the brain for ideas. How many of these types of spaces are in Ho Chi Minh City?
We have a lot actually, but this kind of model is new.
Yeah.
So let's get in one of the main room.
We're seeing the circles again.
Yes.
So I've been to many co-working spaces around the world, and in Southeast Asia, in Americas, in Europe, the Middle East. What I find really interesting about this space is everyone's very close together. sometimes if places are too planned, there's not really the opportunities for that. Just you have someone have a conversation and you talk about something over a cup of coffee. So I like this. It feels very organic.
I think it's very cultural related because in Asia or in Vietnam, we prefer to be close together. So for Western, you have your own space is important. But here, I think people prefer,
more common.
We prefer to be surrounded by other people.
Yeah.
So
It's an interesting one, that as well. We were hearing about this week while I've been here, just talking about, for example, creativity and innovation, how it takes different forms in different places. There's more of a, I don't know, I'll say, like community experience?
Community spirit.
It feels much stronger here.
So let's meet a friend of mine.
Hi.
I'm Ruby.
I'm James. Nice to meet you, Ruby. Nice to meet you. So tell us about your business. Tell us about
My
your startup.
company, I'm building a company called Curious.
Yeah.
And Curious is an AI-powered app that helps people create viral and quality LinkedIn content in one click.
Wow, okay. So I've done a lot of work with LinkedIn, and LinkedIn is traditionally quite a boring platform compared to like TikTok and other places.
And
So you're making it a bit more interesting. So tell me a little bit more, where did the idea come from?
I love sharing knowledge on LinkedIn, and then I love that there's a certain way to share your insights and ideas, which is very beneficial for people, but also create more engagement, more interesting engagement, and more fun.
Yeah.
Like you said, LinkedIn is traditionally so boring. I don't want to make it boring. I want to make it more fun. And so what we do is that we create AI tools that understand who you are, your voice, your professional style, and then help you to create the draft and design from text to beautiful looking content in just one click.
And so are you finding that what works here is more video based rather than text based?
We've started from text and photos.
So what's it like being an entrepreneur of a startup here in Ho Chi Minh City? Is it a very dynamic entrepreneurial culture, or do you find a lot of barriers to growing the business?
Yes, it's dynamic and it's also challenging. So the dynamic energy is there, right? So many people doing interesting things, entrepreneurial, and I love it. And it's a great community. And then the challenge is in the certain things like funding is very low. So most Vietnamese startups don't have a lot of funding, but that's where the quality of a good founder really shine in Vietnam. We are very resourceful and resilient.
So what you're doing is I've been talking about this idea of super collaboration. It's about humans and machines kind of collaborating together. So I guess what you're doing is that you're kind of creating this kind of new type of collaborator, so you can create content for LinkedIn. Anyone, it could be an executive at a company, for example, HR professional, they can have this new type of collaboration with AI to do this.
As long as they have great idea, great knowledge, they should share and then build a personal brand and attract opportunities to them. That LinkedIn is a great place to do it, and that's why we're doing this.
And what does your family say when you say I'm starting a business? Is it here culturally? Is it still people excited about this? Family members?
I'm going to tell you a fun story. So my mom called me yesterday and asked what I'm doing. So I told her that I'm building Curious, which is a tool to create viral and quality content on LinkedIn. And she's like, "What the hell is LinkedIn?" And then she's like, "Maybe you should just close it down and hire a rich husband."
Oh, no.
And then I told her, this company is how I become my own rich husband.
Exactly. You're going to be the rich wife, and someone can hopefully find you.
Yeah. So many founders like her.
Fantastic. Well, I wish you great success with Curious.
So
wish you all the best with it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Good to see you guys.
Good to see you. All our best to you. So this is another beautiful street
Yeah,
with a lot of trees, green area.
this is great.
The color that you said is very important for creativity.
Yeah.
I'm going to introduce you one of the best vegetarian restaurants in the city. It's called Vị Quê. Vị Quê.
Vị Quê. What does Vị Quê mean?
That's interesting name. Vị means taste.
Okay.
Quê means hometown.
Okay.
So the taste of our
Like
hometown.
homely taste.
Yes. So let's enjoy. This is also my favorite restaurant.
Okay, that's wonderful.
Cảm ơn em.
Vegan Vietnamese cuisine.
So this is exactly what you want.
Exactly. This is great. This is great. Are there lots of vegan restaurants now here in
Actually,
Saigon?
it's a new trend, but we Vietnamese start to know that actually our food and our ingredients are so great for making vegetarian and vegan food.
Yeah.
So there are more restaurants and serving very creative, different type of vegan food. So let's have a look
Great.
and read the story, the narrative. Look at the food.
This looks amazing. This just looks wonderful. Some of the smells I can get as well. So where is all of this coming from?
This is Mekong Delta. We call it bánh xèo.
Bánh xèo.
And I think it's made from mushroom, fresh ingredients.
And because it looks like egg here, it looks like omelette, but they're using like turmeric then, I guess,
I
to get
think
that
so.
color.
They use herbal ingredients. There's a special kind of food that make the color.
Yeah. So we have the Mekong Delta, and where is this?
Huế, Central.
Central.
So this we call gỏi tiến vua. It is salad that used to serve to the king.
Oh, so this is royal food we're eating today.
Because this kind of this kind of vegetable used to be very precious in the past.
Okay.
And it took such a long way and long time for people to take this vegetable from one place to central of the country, which is called Huế, is where the last dynasty of Vietnam.
And when did that? So I mean, I don't really think about dynasties like royalty in Vietnam. When did that finish?
The Nguyen dynasty ended in 1945.
Okay.
But if you have a chance to visit Huế,
Yeah.
I would recommend you to go. Beautiful, peaceful.
Okay.
So you would love it.
So we've got Mekong Delta to central, and then I'm guessing this is where you're from originally, the north.
North, yes, in Hanoi.
In Hanoi.
So that is a spring roll, but it's made in square shape. So please enjoy. So for food in Vietnam, you need to eat together.
Okay.
So it's very delicate. We eat things with the right thing, but we have the base that is the sauce.
Okay.
Look
Now,
at the flower. Is that
it's
nice?
beautiful. Look at that. Amazing. I mean, so, Dad, do people give each other food first?
You can,
Is that-
yes.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. It really shows the hospitality.
Okay.
Thank you.
Now I'm guessing here, even as I'm looking at this here, my Italian friends will be recognizing this, and they'll be very upset because they think this comes from Italy. But actually it's Asian, isn't it?
Well, I think Italians have their own invention and their own kind of food.
Yeah.
But this is what we call bún. Bún in Vietnamese.
Yeah.
It's a small. It's made of rice and it's a kind of noodle.
Yeah.
But different region in Vietnam have a different type of this bún and bánh phở and miến. So different form that is made from rice or other kind of powder.
Wow.
So this vegetable that I mentioned, special vegetable for the king. And this is cashew. And I think this is the peanut, carrot, and some herbs. Do you smell the
It's
freshness?
beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful.
So mushroom, special type of mushroom. If you think it's not
Beautiful.
salty enough, you can
No
use
problem.
some sauce. But if it's salty enough, then you don't need to use salt. So we don't eat food that is very salty or very fatty. I think Vietnamese food are very mild compared with, and not spicy.
It's amazing to think now that the way that most Vietnamese now seems to be are able to live is the way that we'd only be the wealthiest people. So it's incredible.
So this is a new area of the city where you see it's newly developed with a lot of tall buildings. So many young people coming here in the evening to enjoy the weather, the river. So the atmosphere is very great, I think.
It's great seeing that the city is using the river, because a lot of cities, they almost like turn their back on the river and everything faces the other way. But here it seems to be now they're starting to use the waterways as well.
It's a flow.
It's flow, going back to the flow again. Exactly.
I love it. I love how we human beings learn how to live with the nature. So that's really how we adapt.
Yeah.
Right?
I think what's exciting just now is, in the past, so much of Vietnam has been based upon the stories that other people have told about it, maybe in the West or America, for example. And now you're telling your own stories. You're creating your own painting, your own future.
Yes, we have our own narrative.
Yeah.
So people need to come to Vietnam to see with their own eyes.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So you've been here for 3 days. Very short, not long enough to travel along the country.
Yeah.
So what's the impression? What about the country that is very different from your experience or what you learned about the country
Yeah.
before you come here?
I think it's an interesting place. It's the traditional with the new, for example. It's part of it's kind of paying respect to the past, but also kind of looking forward and seeing where it's going to go next. We've had some incredible food while we've been here as well. So some of it kind of going sense of like traditional, but at the same time the latest in food techniques as well. When people say to me sometimes like, where should we be looking? Think about, we're in this global world, globalization 2.0. And I would probably say to them, yeah, I mean, you can go to places like Dubai and that is, global cities. But I think coming to places like here, like Saigon, like Vietnam, probably gives a better understanding of what's happening with globalization, this kind of new world that we're moving into, this new age of technology, but hopefully this new time of greater collaboration.
I think that is the collaboration and connectivity between the past, the present, and the future. And we human beings cannot live without either part. We need past, we need our root. We need to live in the moment and we need to look forward to the future.
Absolutely. Looking forward to it.
Yes, thank you very much
Thank you.
for
Thank
joining me in the journey.
It's been my pleasure.